Welcome back. In this video, we will go over the structures on the sagittal view of the cerebrum. First, we have the corpus callosum, which is right here. This is the largest white matter in the brain. Also, we can see it. That's the corpus callosum. Second structure is the fornix, which is a C-shaped bundles of white matter. That is the fornix. The anterior part of the fornix, right here, that's the third structure, which is the anterior commissure. There is also white matter. It connects the two temporal lobes. That's the anterior commissure. As the cerebellum, located on the posterior aspect of the brain, so this is the corpus callosum. This right here is the anterior commissure. And this is the fornix. So the cerebellum will always guide us toward the anterior structures and the posterior structures. Moving to the septum pellucidum, which is this right here. The septum pellucidum is a double-layer membrane that separates the two lateral ventricles. So going back to the brain ventricles model, we have the two lateral ventricles, one in each cerebral hemisphere, are separated from each other by the septum pellucidum, which is right here. Next, we have the choroid plexus, which is a network of blood vessels of the third ventricle. Remember that the third ventricle, which is this structure right here, this is the third ventricle, is located at the level of the diencephalon structures. Let's talk about the structures of the diencephalon. First of all, we have this structure right here, also on the other cerebral hemisphere, which is this. This is the thalamus. So we have two thalami, one in each cerebral hemisphere. Both thalami are connected together via this structure, which is the interthalamic adhesion, also called the intermediate mass. So this is the interthalamic adhesion. It connects both thalami together. Going back to the brain's ventricle model, we can see this opening is for the interthalamic adhesion, because the third ventricle is located at the level of the thalamus. Moving to the second structure of the diencephalon, we have right here the hypothalamus. Hypo means under. This is the thalamus. This region is the hypothalamus. Again, right here, that is the thalamus. This region is the hypothalamus. Anteriorly, we can see this part, which is part of the optic chiasma. This is the optic chiasma. On the inferior part, we can notice this gland right here. This is the master gland in the body. This is the pituitary gland. So that is the pituitary gland. You can see it on this hemisphere. Now the part that connects the pituitary gland to the hypothalamus is this structure, which is called the infundibulum. Moving to the small round pair of bodies right here on both sides, these are the mammillary bodies. So we have one mammillary body on each cerebral hemisphere. This is right here. On the posterior aspect of the diencephalon, we have this region. This region is called the epithalamus. So this is the epithalamus. That's the epithalamus, This is the hypothalamus. And this is the thalamus. That is the epithalamus. The epithalamus consists of a gland. This is the gland, which is the pineal gland or the pineal body. Remember, you have the pituitary gland anteriorly and you have the pineal gland posteriorly toward the cerebellum. That is the pineal gland, which regulates the body's circadian rhythm by secreting melatonin. So let's repeat the structures. This is the corpus callosum, septum pellucidum, fornix, anterior commissure, choroid plexus of the third ventricle, thalamus, interthalamic adhesion or intermediate mass, hypothalamus, optic chiasm, pituitary gland, infundibulum, mammillary body, that's the mammillary body, epithalamus posteriorly, and the pineal body or pineal gland.